Cosmic Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, this is going to be for Doomed and Stone viewers and also a Psycho fan, so sort of
Cool.
a Doomed and Stone related thing.
Yeah. Psycho edition,
fest.
Doomed and Stone.
Exactly, yeah. So first
Oh, you
off,
came prepared.
yeah, I did.
That's awesome.
Okay, so first off, I want to say congratulations for your recent show with Leonard Skinner.
Oh, cool, thank you.
And also too with UFO earlier this year. How does it feel to, as an emerging band, really to get such shows under y'all's belt already? I mean,
it's crazy. I mean, I feel like we're very lucky to be able to still play with some of those bands, because I feel like in 15, 20 years, I mean, just life cycle, like some of those bands just may not be alive because of age or whatever, So I feel like we're kind of catching that last little, shred of bands from an era at which, we're pulling the most energy and power from, And even though it's not like, with the Skinner situation, it wasn't like the early Leonard Skinner that I love so much, but the energy was still there from the fans, and so we were playing, and so it's just, I don't know, it's cool to be having your name on the same bill and kind of, it's tripping out a little bit,
Seriously, it's
so,
like a dream come true.
It really is, it's awesome.
Okay, based on y'all's touring record, you're quite the road warriors, and really leading the way for a lot of underground bands who may not think that touring is possible for them. So I just wanted to ask, how do y'all handle unforeseen circumstances and take strife and stride really and keep going with a positive attitude?
Well, I think the most important thing is you have to take it seriously. I think, you have to look at traveling like in a van and trailer. There's a lot of things that you have to take seriously, like maintenance on a van, things like that if you prepare for it correctly, then you don't find yourself in many situations, sometimes you do, but where you're like, you have to pay it, a shit ton of money and you didn't see it coming, But yeah, that type of stuff happens when you travel. That's the type of things that give you thick skin, is when you get over something like that, and you continue to play the show and you make it in time to jam, it gives you this, they don't understand it, the people watching the show, but you as a touring musician, that day you just barely made it to show up in time to set the merch up and crank the amp on, after the show it's a rush, you go get a drink and you're like, so, things like that happen. But one thing I'll say to young bands that are trying to tour is, yeah, you can do it, and it's all about connections, and it's all about creating a relationship and almost a family, type relationship with other bands in other towns, to where, you can go out and you can basically just from hard work stay on the road. You can book your own tours. You can get out there. It's all about how bad you want it. How bad do you want other people to hear your tunes? How bad do you want to get out of your town? I think more bands need to tour. I think that's what will bring rock back to America. Is you start getting a bunch of, but this is great. This is a lot of bands, here.
Yeah, seriously.
So I think everyone's on the right track. So.
Okay, so on to the next question. So y'all have a very cosmic appeal to, the whole theme of Mothership, really, not only just with the name, but with the use of pedals, lyrical content, and even y'all's promo and merch imagery. So really, how did this whole Outer Limits alien vibe work its way into your music?
Well,
especially we're in the desert.
It's one of those things that it wasn't a predetermined sit down and say, okay, this is going to be the image of the band. This is what we're, it was. It's everything's been very natural and very, I don't know. We just go with the flow, And from the beginning, that was some of the early songs we wrote lyrically. That's what I was just feeling, the way the songs sounded to me were almost otherworldly in a sense, some of the guitar work and early Mothership stuff. But Mothership started because we were just wondering what happened to all that good music. There's no way it could just be and why don't people care anymore? There's this. And we were just like, man, it just got zapped up and just, taken to another dimension or something. And then the Mothership was like, well, let's just go get that and come back to the planet and just do these little invasions and re-drop the tunes back on people. And
I like that.
yeah, but it's funny. A lot of people think, comes from something else. But yeah, Mothership is, the thing with us is it's just about energy. Whether you want to get into a mosh pit with 3 or 4 other dudes, or you're feeling that crazy vibe, or you just want to groove, dance by yourself, like on the dance. Like I always love at shows seeing different people expressing how our music makes them groove. It's not just like one big mosh pit, or it's not just one big massive people all kind of doing the same thing. You kind of start to get everyone really just letting loose, and like however the energy takes them, it's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love Cosmo. It's who we are.
Yeah.
It's where we come from.
And also too, or like you were saying, rock and roll is still alive, and even in your lyrics, you say that, yeah.
There's just a big force field over it, so people can't see it.
So a lot of like the true like rock and rollers are in this motorcycle sort of niche, the old schoolers, the old dogs. Was that something that was second nature to you guys that just followed?
We're not bikers. We don't, we're musicians, but I feel like the motorcycle culture is the coolest, most real fucking culture there is on this planet, and to be around people like that and to be able to play our music and have them connect with it instantly, and it just works, like an engine, like a motor on a Harley, and those motorcycle events, that's something we started early on doing, Harley Davidson dealership shows where we do 4-hour cover sets doing ZZ Top and old blues jams, and like it was great. I mean, it was a totally different chapter of Mothership, but that's how it started. So the motorcycle stuff has always been, a part of our live shows. When we go on tour, we at least try to make sure that we can play a couple parties, because the parties are it's a magical experience.
Worthwhile.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So it must be exciting for you guys to be invited to such a huge fest. Which bands are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. It really is. I'm really absolutely blown away by the bill here, this week. But yeah, I actually the day before put together my own little, daily schedule, if you will, of everyone I want to see. Yob was definitely one. Just saw them. It sounded amazing. I wish they would have played for 2 hours. Blue Oyster Cult, obviously. Down, for sure. There's so many, it's insane. And there's a lot of obscure ones too, like Arthur Brown and cool stuff that like you'll never be able to see. Like that I don't know if he's gigging or not, but I mean the way everyone's acting is this is kind of a insane show, So to me that's cool that they were able to get a few acts like that are really obscure, but they kick fucking ass, but they just don't play that much anymore, So it's gonna be a good weekend. I've been here for 4 days already, so I got
nice. I know I've seen the party was growing. Y'all played the Cycle Pool party yesterday. It seemed like y'all got pretty live.
Yeah.
So how did that go?
It was good. It was I didn't really know what to expect, I don't think anyone did. A lot of the bands I played, it was a great lineup. I mean, yesterday was a cool set, and just talking with all the other bands, I don't think anyone really expected it to come out with that much fire, and it did, man. Everyone that was there yesterday was just kicking ass, and it was very comfortable for all the bands to get up there and just kind of settle right into that energy that everyone had already created, and yes, it sounded great, everything is great,
The stoner rock oasis.
I would actually say the most rock and roll oasis.
Alright. So Mothership just finished recording y'all's third full-length album.
Yeah.
Is it in the mixing and mastering process right now? How's that going?
It's going good. We're stoked about it. It's cool. We're out playing some new songs off the new album, and that's good to get some new fresh stuff. Not only for us on stage, it's fun to play new stuff, but for people out there, it's good for them to be hearing some new stuff too. But yeah, it's getting mastered and the artwork's done, and we just got the artwork back, and it's insane. And so we're just kind of trying to figure out how we, the small little details on it. But it's done. It'll be out probably in springtime, early spring, and then we'll be planning a lot of heavy touring around Europe and States, and hopefully Australia and Japan, and really spread our wings this year.
Will you reveal who's mixing and mastering?
Yeah, well, we got it, Ryan Lee, who plays in Crypt Trip. We got him to record the album, mix the album, and then we were going to get Tony Reed to master the album. And yeah, it's really cool.
So
like
that's
I really,
Most Generator.
yeah, Tony Reed just it's we really wanted to do it right on this new batch of music. You know, like that's how we look at our albums. It's like batches of music in this moment. You know, and so each moment we want to try to, you know, do as much as we can to bring those to life. You know, and we're excited. Yeah, Adam Burke did the artwork. You know, and so I feel like we got a lot of good, talented, you know, driven people to help us with our album. So.
Sweet. And this is a funny question because I'm saying any future touring plans yet because it's sort of a past, present, future, ongoing thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, after Psycho, are y'all planning on, you know, going on some more excursions?
Yeah, I know for sure we got a cool little tour that's going to be coming up announced here for November. But I mean, we, you know, like you just said, I mean, we like to consistently go out on the road. If it's not a big tour package, we at least like to go out for a couple weeks, play some towns that we had a great time in. So yeah, we try to consistently always stay on the road, you know, and be able to balance it out when we can, you know, go home, recharge for a couple days, and you know, we like to do it smart, but we like to stay out of